Today on Vibe Check, we've got Rahul, partner at Classic Properties. He's as sharp with numbers as he's with people. He has mentored many, built a serious trust in the Dubai market. And off the clock, he's a proud dad and a grounded leader. Welcome to Vibe Check, Rahul.
Thank you, Pallavi.
I want to start with a confession. When I was creating Vibe Check, I had you as my pen portrait or brand avatar. The reason being, I have truly been intrigued to know what is Rahul behind the scene. So, what is your go home ritual, Rahul, when you finally exhale?
So I don't have a ritual after getting into the home, but I have a ritual that I finish all my calls at the door. Once I step into the home, I don't answer most of the calls. Only people who can reach me is my partners or my family. That's the only people who can reach me once I'm in the home.
That's a brilliant ritual. I've not had many people say that. Well, I've not had many people on the show, but I'm saying in general.
Right. So now for me, this has been a thing for at least I'd say about 6-7 years now. So the only way to switch off is you need to get off from your device, and it is very difficult in today's world. But I have this practice that I finish all my calls at the door. A lot of times I'm standing at the door and I'm on call for about 15-20 minutes, but I don't step inside before finishing the call.
That is truly amazing. You need to grab your notepads and pen because it's not every day you hear from Rahul. Rahul, what's been keeping you up at night?
Surely not work. I don't stress of work at home, but I think it's just bad discipline. Sometimes you get lazy, you don't want to sleep early, you want to watch TV, binge watching. I don't it's not that don't sleep because of stress. That's very, very, very rare to happen.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you said binge watching. What are you watching currently?
My binge watching is not Netflix. It is majorly I'll just keep watching news for hours together. Sometimes I'll watch things like Tenali Rama or things like Mentalish where I get to learn something. So that's my binge watching.
Again, something you will not hear many people say. His binge watching is very different from my binge watching, and that's why probably I'm not as successful as Rahul here. Rahul, can you please pick up your phone and record a voice note for your younger self? Let's say you need to give a message to Rahul when he was 15 years old.
The message would surely be Dear Rahul, you need to sleep early, wake up early, stay disciplined so you can have a healthy life.
Okay, I can only begin to imagine how Rahul must be when he was 15.
Yeah.
Rahul, what is the true measurement of success for you? I've always heard you say in the Mastermind Forum that both you and I are part of that your true success moment is yet to come. What is it? Is it something you're waiting for in terms of number? Is it a feeling? What are you chasing?
So for me, I think I don't want to give a number to success, or I don't want to give a position to success. Uh, I have a strong belief that you cannot stop growing. Once you decide that you have grown enough, that's probably a start of decline. I think wherever you've reached, you want to go one step ahead on the day two, or one step ahead on the day three. So that's why always say success is on its way. I don't want to say I'm successful. I would always want to say that success is on my way, because you always want to grow in life, not necessarily with money or with personal life or private life. I think every stage of your life, for us, our daughters are of same age. They are about 9 years. Every day is different with them. You can't say that you've spent enough time with them, now they can be on their own. You would always want to spend more time with them. Even life is like that, even business is like that. You don't want to reach a stage and stop. You'd always want it to take it further, take it further, take it further, maybe in your same business, maybe grow into multiple businesses. So for me, there is no definition of success. I think success is a journey. It cannot be measured with a number or your position. It has to keep coming, and you have to keep working for it forever.
This really explains, Rahul, what is different about you and why I had always been intrigued to know more about what goes behind this man in his suit. Because I speak on behalf of many here that you'd not be able to resonate that somebody is setting themselves up so high for success. For me, it's like Reaching home in my pajamas with a cup of chai is already success. If I don't have a stress on my head, it feels like success to me.
Of course, I mean, that's the way to live life. I would say, this is the way to success. This is not success itself, but a journey to success should always have that you sleep well. Once you are home, you don't stress about anything outside. You don't have any liabilities on your head. These are all way to success. You've not reached, and I don't think you'll ever reach, because it's a journey. It should go on.
True.
Yeah.
Rahul, I remember sending you a WhatsApp message once asking for a meeting. And you told me, is it for a personal reason or professional? Because if it is for personal reason, you'll be able to meet. And if it is for a professional reason, I'd have to wait for next week. What was that all about?
So again, because we are from the same community mastermind, when I know if you are asking for a meeting for a personal reason, then I will take out time for sure. I mean, I'm very happy to help someone wherever I can help. When it comes for a professional reason, then I have limited 8-10 hours to work. I want to set everything in those 8-10 hours. I don't want to go beyond my working style to give time. One of the reasons I ask agenda for the meeting is to understand where can I fit this, because I have days where I only look at marketing. I have days where I look at accounts. I have days where I look at sales. So I want to fix my meetings in those days. So that's the reason why I always ask, what is the agenda? If it is for something you want a help on your business, on your personal life, then all my calendar is open. But if you want to come and discuss classic properties, discuss marketing of classic properties, then I have to fit you based on how my calendar is.
This was the ultimate vibe check moment for me. It means so much, Rahul, to have you on my friend list.
Thank you so much. It's the same vice versa.
Let me tell you something. Rahul mentors many, but if you're looking out for somebody just to give you a nod and agree with your ideas, he's not your guy. But if you're ready to hear the truth, work out your numbers and set up the meeting, and I'm sure Rahul would be more than happy to guide you. So, Rahul, now I know a lot of startups are listening to us. What are the key numbers you think they should have ready if they want to have you as their mentor?
So, it's not about having me as a mentor. If you want to do business, you need to have a basic idea of what your business is about. So, a lot of times we have seen together that, a lot of businesses are doing very well, but are either not profitable, or they don't know if they are profitable. So my idea or suggestion here is, whenever you meet anybody, you meet me or meet any other mentor, you should know the crux of the business. You should know how much is coming in, how much is going out. If you are making 100 dirhams, how much are you spending to make that 100 dirhams? That's the basic you need to know. You don't need to know your everyday bank balances. You don't need to know how to pass entries. But you should know your basics. You should understand what gross profit is, what net profit is, what gross expenses or direct expenses are, what indirect expenses are. This is just a knowledge that you need to have as a owner. If you don't have this knowledge, then the chances of failure, I'm not telling that you'll surely fail, but then the chances of failure are very high, because there are a lot of people to cheat in the market. There is somebody probably sitting in your organization and taking advantage of you not knowing these numbers. So these are some things that are very basic, that as a owner, even if you don't like, you should keep doing it, you should keep learning it, and especially don't tell that I don't like. It's that feeling that I don't know numbers. If you you don't say this for the other things of business. You don't say I don't know how to sell, you don't say I don't know how to operate, or I don't know how to run the business. Only when it comes to numbers, you see a lot of entrepreneurs telling that I don't know numbers. I think you just need to change that sentence, that it's not that I don't know numbers. I know numbers, I'm learning more, I'm wanting to learn more. Try to get the basics right, and the rest, there are a lot of companies in the world who can help you to get your entries, etc. But you need to know the crux of what is there in it. Is it worth, is it not worth? Should I make this business, should I leave this business, etc.
So, know your numbers is something that I have learned from Rahul along the way, and I have seen the difference in my own business because he's just been nagging a lot of us to know your numbers. So, Rahul, classic properties have grown leaps and bounds. What is this one element that is a no compromise for you?
So it is one of the most strongest elements for me and my partners is that everybody is treated equal in the office, be it a office boy or be it a owner. We are all one family. We don't allow or we don't we don't leave anyone who mistreats anybody in the office. So that's one very important cultural value for us, that everybody should be treated equally.
That's a beautiful culture. How do you keep an eye, or what is your go to metrics to check that this is happening?
So usually, this has to come from top. If I treat everybody right, then the rest of the team also will treat everybody right. So always, the culture should be a top down approach. You can't be one thing and you cannot ask your team to be otherwise. So when I follow the same approach, I'm very jovial with my team. I make fun with office boys, I make fun with my admin, I make fun with my partners. So that is the culture we try to follow and we try to maintain. And when we have a problem with someone, we talk it in personal, we talk it in private. But when it is appreciation, when it is having fun, when it is talking business, talking work, we talk it in public. But if it's anything personal, if it's anything that we don't like, we talk it in person.
That's such a goosebump moment for me. I hope a lot of leaders are listening to this, and I would set it up as my culture as well.
Thank you.
Rahul, to us on the outside, the Dubai real estate market seems like a roller coaster. What is the inside scoop? What is a message that you want to give out to people who aspire to buy their homes in Dubai?
See, I mean, I would not call it a roller coaster. Of course, I'm in the business. I've seen ups and downs, and I've seen everything in Dubai real estate market. But there is one thing, whenever you look at real estate as a long term, if you've bought it for 10 years, 15 years, you'll never lose money on real estate. The problem comes is when you look at short term returns on real estate. Real estate anywhere in the world is not a short term investment. It's always been a long term investment. Let me give you an example. Let's say you've bought your home and you're going to live there, and you've bought it at, for example, 500,000 dirhams. Let's say after 1 year it is 1 million dirham. You're not going to sell and make profit because you're living there. And even let's say it goes down to 250,000, you'll still not sell it or you'll not be stressed about it because you're going to live there. So the idea of real estate is always that it's a very long term investment. Short term gains or losses shouldn't bother you. These roller coaster rides shouldn't bother you.
So you're a serial investor yourself. I've got buying a home on my vision board for the longest time. And for some reason, I never seem to be at the right place at the right time to be ready to buy my dream home. What is your one advice to people like us who wants to have a dream house in Dubai? What can we do differently?
I think the first important step for any investment is real estate, gold, equity, whatever you decide to invest, you need to have a discipline. What we tend to do is we are all ready to take the 70-80% mortgage that we can get at whatever time, but we are not ready with the down payment, the 20-30% that we have to spend, and we are always waiting for the moment to come. We are never creating the moment. For you to have 30% at one time in your bank account is usually difficult if you have not planned for it. So you need to start saving monthly, yearly, in whatever way works for you, to be able to have that money over a period of time, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. But if you don't have created that plan, that okay, you have the house in your vision board, and looking at that vision board every day is not necessary that you will get that, because you have not planned for it. You need to have a disciplined saving structure to be able to plan your real estate investment or whatever investment you want to do. The idea is having a disciplined structure.
Okay, Rahul, that's very fair. Now let's test your knowledge, how good you really are with numbers. So let's imagine if I want to invest in a townhouse, say in next 5 years. What should I be doing today to prepare myself for that investment?
So I'll flip the question. Keep the townhouse aside. Let's look at it this way. Since you've said numbers, how
Yeah.
much do you want to put in real estate in next 5 years?
I want to say, just because I know how much a small townhouse may cost, let's say it's something for 3 million dirhams.
All right. So let's say you can get a mortgage of 70%. So 3 million dirhams, 70%, 2.1 million dirhams is covered by the bank. So you want 900,000. And plus 3 million on the additional cost, let's put another 10% for the cost, that move-in cost, DLD, commission, this, that, etc. So you need 900 plus 300. You need 1.2 million over next 5 years. So 1.2 billion over 5 years is approximately 220 to 40,000 dirhams per year. So you need to save about 20,000 dirhams a month to be able to buy a house in 5 years.
Okay, I got the last sentence, but everything else was like blah 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 blah. Because I'm not the number person, he is. But thank you, Rahul. So I have the magic number that I need to save 20,000 today to be able to invest in a property worth 3 million 5 years later. Are you listening? Rahul, can you take us through the journey of what it took to make classic properties into what it is today?
We started Classic Properties in March 2017. We are three partners and we are the first three employees of the company. I think through these years we've grown. We've not taken any shortcuts. Uh, our One of our main principles and policies have been that we don't go against any government policy. So you would see a lot of real estate companies hiring for 6 months before giving a visa or before giving a RERA exam or a RERA card. But we wanted to grow slow in terms of team size, but we wanted to grow in the right way. We wanted to have our strengths as our strengths. We didn't want to take the advantage of the market to grow quickly. We could have grown quicker for sure, but then we would have to mend ways. We would have to take shortcuts. So in our growth journey, I would say until 2021 or end of 2021, we were still 22 people. But post COVID, real estate has done very well in Dubai. We've got that advantage. But one of our strengths have been that we've always hired new people, and we've personally trained every person in our team to reach where they are today. So I have a team of 90, out of which 50 plus are sales. About 53 people are in sales. Out of 53, I only have 4 who had prior real estate background. The other 49 were either fresh college graduates or not fresh, maybe have worked somewhere else but never worked in real estate. So we've handpicked them, we've trained them, we've learned, teach them how to do real estate. And since they've grown with us, they tend to stick more with us instead of jumping companies. And even in my admin team, out of the 30 people that we have in admin, only one has come from a real estate background. The other 29 are fresh. We've again trained them to learn, made them learn real estate, and today, obviously, they have done. They are doing very well. They are our pillars. So that's our story in short. If you want to know more, I can surely tell you more. But in short, our story has been that we've always focused on the right talent, in the sense that we've not looked at how much real estate knowledge do you have, but the main criteria was what is the learning ability to learn something new.
So that truly speaks volumes of Rahul as the boss man or leader that I know. Play by the rule book, no shortcuts to success. That really defines your leadership skills right there.
Thank you.
Rahul, when hiring, you said you have a team of 90 people. What are some of the red flags that you look out for an employee or your prospect must have?
I think it changes from person to person, but most important, as I mentioned, is what I look at is the learning ability. A lot of times during interviews, we feel that the person may not be good for the position, but I look at maybe my questions are based over what is the idea on next 2 years, what does the person has in his mind or her in her mind, that what is her plan in 3 years, 6 years. So I look at a long term vision. When the vision comes a little bigger, that where you can identify the learning ability. That is one thing. And I think the most important thing I look at the CV is how many jobs have the person changed.
Okay, so more jobs would mean a good thing, or fewer
No,
jobs?
I think
would
fewer
mean?
jobs means a very good thing for me. Fewer, I mean longer. Someone who stayed longer in a same place means more to me. That shows that the culture of the person itself is towards building a relationship. The more quicker you shift is you looking for a quick growth. But the more longer you stay, the growth will surely be slower, but you will build a strong relationship. So that's a focus when I look. I don't take interviews of where I see CVs where 10 years, more than 6 jobs. If there is even more than 5 jobs in 10 years, I would never take that interview.
That's a very interesting thing to say.
Mm.
So let's imagine, Rahul, if you were to interview me and find out if I'm a fast learner, what are some of the questions you would ask me that would help you conclude that I could be the right fit to be at Classic Properties?
I would ask you a 3-year goal.
Okay. And
Uh,
what is the green flag answers? Sorry, it's a cheat sheet I'm trying to create for the future Classic Properties employees.
so again, depends on the position that you are hiring. Now, if you're looking to hire an admin, the best what can an admin do in 3 years is probably look at becoming an admin manager or becoming a business development manager. When you're hiring a sales, his answer should be, I want to be a team leader in 2 years. Or someone who comes to me and says that I want to open my company in 3 years, that's the first thing I would hire the person, because there is this leadership. He has this leadership in his mind. Then you are creating leaders. When you are creating leaders, you are not creating competition. You are actually creating more good business. I will not say competition. Competition is not the right word, but you are creating what you want to, what you want your buyers to get from the market. So at least you don't have dirty competition in the market. You know that you have trained this person. Tomorrow, this person, when he goes out to the market, he will work with you. He will not work against you. So someone who has this vision of creating a company, I would hire them, and even if they move out in 2 years, I would not mind. I would be very happy for them.
So when I tell you I look up to Rahul, this is the reason. Who would have said something so powerful? Have you ever been a corporate employee before?
No, I'm
So
not.
do you know I've been into the corporate world, and I speak on behalf of a lot of employees that we would never say this, that we want to start our own company in an interview, and I am breaking this myth for a lot of people applying for jobs, that if that is your true vision, you don't have to hide it away from leaders like Rahul.
Yeah, I don't think. In fact, when you open that vision, you would be trained in that way. Your leader would want a leader like you to be trained. And don't when you don't show this vision, I can give you a real life example. Actually, one of our Hope Mastermind members, who was a member before you joined, Lavin, was into catering and was a corporate employee, and he wanted to open his dad runs a real estate company. He wanted to take that business up, but he had obviously very limited knowledge on real estate. So he came up to me. I said, "You come learn for 2 years and then go and take over that company or start your own." Today he was with us for about 2.5 years, and today he's a very successful real estate business. We do a lot of business together. Even we speak to each other very rarely, but whenever he has a problem, he calls me, or whenever I want something, I call him. But the relation is very strong.
That is amazing. So no competition, only collaboration.
Yeah, absolutely. There cannot be competition. There is enough business for everybody, and what is meant for you will come to you. You just need to do your thing in the right way.
Talking about Classic Property and you as a leader, what do you think your team says behind your back? Tell me, what are some of the mean things they might be speaking about, Rahul?
Probably my style of giving them back, because
And that
I'm
is?
not a loud person, but my words are. You've faced this lot of
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
So my words speak a lot. So I silently say a lot of things. So maybe they may say that behind my back, but I would not know. I would not want to know also. If they want to say me, I would want to improve for sure. But I will not go and do gossiping about what is being said on my back.
So there's one thing you don't want Rahul to say. That is not say anything. The moment he's not saying anything, that's when you're in trouble. Otherwise, everything else is fine. Isn't that true?
Yeah, I mean, silence for me is very dangerous. Even I feel that I have this saying. Whenever I'm silent for a long time, then when I start talking, then the Mahabharata is for sure to come.
Rahul, you hook people up to their dream homes. And home is something very personal. Has there any been a moment? I'm sure you're not doing selling directly yourself. You've got a very big team to do it. But when you were out in the market, did it feel that the sale is not right and the house, the are not aligned between the buyer and the house itself? And what did you do if that ever happened?
This happens almost every second day when you're in the business of real estate. It's not that the house is not right. Maybe your way of, I may look a house in a way that I want to look at it, and you may have a different feel for it. But a lot of times, what happens is because of being a number person, I find the deal is not right. But when a client comes and says, "No, I want to buy this," then end of the day, for my living, I have to sell it. So this is always a conflict of, is it right or is it wrong? So as long as it is right for the client, it has to be right for you. Because what your opinion on your house, I cannot have the same opinion. I may live a life in a different way. You want to live your life in a different way. Only on the number perspective, yes, maybe right, wrong in terms of investments, but in terms of dream home, nothing is right or nothing is wrong, because my dream home cannot be same as your dream home and someone else's dream home. So when a client comes for a dream home and likes a dream home, it's his dream home, it's his dream or it's her dream. So it's right, it's always
Well,
right.
yeah, I agree to that. But is there something called as bad investment? And do you stop people from bad investment?
We make them aware of bad investments. We cannot stop, because again, a lot of times, and as a consultant, you try to give advice, the buyer takes the advice as a broker. There is a difference between a consultant and a broker. A
True.
consultant wants to consult you to get you the right thing. A broker wants you to sell whatever you want to buy. So a lot of times when we try to be this consultant role, and that's our ideal job to do, but we see buyer fading out or going and buying from some broker in the market. It's a very difficult situation, but we do that. I mean, we give right advice, we give our right consultancy. But when buyer still wants to buy something that he thinks is right, then we don't say no. But our advice will always be there on why is this good and why is this not good. That advice will always come.
That's amazing, Rahul. So good to know. So, Rahul, you have seen Dubai's real estate market through its season. What is your advice to the investors in the region?
I think one of the biggest learnings I have got in Dubai real estate, because I'm in real estate since 2009, so it's almost about 15, 16 years now in the market. So one of the biggest failures I have seen is over leveraging. What happens is, a lot of times, let's say my budget is 10 million, but because I'm buying off plan or I'm buying things on payment plan, I end up putting 20, 30 million, thinking that the market will go and grow and I will make money and exit, and I don't have to pay all this 30 million. This is the biggest issue in Dubai real estate for sure, that we are, a lot of investors are leveraging at least 3 4 times from their original capacity. Leveraging up to 50% is still okay. It is not safe, but it is still okay. But any over leveraging is the biggest issue, and that also is the issue when you have lots of ups and downs in the market, or that is one of the main reasons why the market behaves roller coaster, because of the over leveraging that happens in the market.
Okay, so are you suggesting that one must have a vision, a long term vision, and not over leverage?
Yeah, because again, as I said in one of your questions, that real estate is not a short term investment. When you are buying for short term benefits, you may also lose money. So let's say you've bought a property of a million dirhams with a payment plan today, and you only have 500,000 in your bank, and you don't know where the other 500,000 is going to come from. But you've bought this thinking that this 1 million property over the next 1.1.5 year will become 1.3 million, and I will not have to pay full, and I will sell it and I'll make this 300,000 profit. For whatever reason, the market comes down to 900,000, or the market remains at 1 million, for example, and doesn't grow, but you only have 500,000, and you have paid this 500,000, and now the developer is chasing you for the rest of the next installment. Now you come in a stress,
Yeah.
because you don't want to lose the 500,000 that you've paid, and you will lose the property for sure, but you don't want to lose at least this 500,000. So what you will try to do is save whatever you can. So the 1 million market, you will start selling it at 900,000.
Yeah.
So you don't lose 500, but you lose only 100,000. You will get back 400,000. This is when the problem starts, because now that you leveraged and you have come in a stress, and you don't want to lose your money, you will start to get the market down. So your property, which is still worth a million dirhams in the market, but maybe not transacting, you have pulled down the market price to 900, and let's say there are five more. So and somebody is in more urgency, He will bring it down to 875. Someone will bring it down to 850. So this is how the market becomes a roller coaster because of leveraging.
Amazing, Rahul. So it's not always about selling at classic property, but it's about a futuristic approach to truly take care of the investor and their investments.
Absolutely. See, we want to be a consultant for you. We don't want to be your broker that we sell and forget. We want to be with you from the time you buy it till the time you want to sell or you sell it. That's the journey basically. You lease, you do property management, you want any advice, you want to upgrade. The idea is to be our idea is our client should be a client for life. We don't want a one transaction client. We want to advise you forever.
That's a brilliant advice, Rahul. So before I let you go, let's have a quick rapid fire. PJs or suits?
Suits always.
Always suits. I agree on that. I've always seen Rahul in suits. That is why this is a big deal when I have him in his almost PJs. Stay home or party out?
Stay home.
Okay. Travel for leisure or see everything in the city?
Travel for leisure.
Have you ever exhausted yourself seeing the city? Or always like just chill scenes?
No, if I travel, it's still seen. But when you go with a group, then you change as per the group.
So Maldives or Singapore?
Maldives.
Netflix or clubbing?
Netflix.
Thank you, Rahul, for sharing your golden nuggets. It was so nice vibing with you on Vibe Check today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Pallavi.
So that was Rahul behind the scenes. I hope you enjoyed the episode because I enjoyed it thoroughly. I'm going out with so much of knowledge about the real estate market, on leadership, and so much more. Thank you, Rahul.
Thank you so much, Pallavi. It was a pleasure to come on your show. I had equal fun, and I don't speak so much in front of camera, but you made me a lot comfortable today. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Vibe Check.